A warm welcome to this platform. So in this video, we are going to do revision. That is mathematics paper 2. We are going to focus mainly on paper 2 questions. And the topic that we are going to look at, matrices. Now, we are going to revise questions from 2018 to 2023. That is on matrices. So please, I encourage you to stay up to the end. And of course, after watching this video, you are going to understand clearly if at all you have a problem on the topic. So now, before we start, let me just run you the programs that we offer. So we offer tuitions, online tuitions in the following categories. That is grade 10 to 12 and GCE. That is those who are writing or those who are doing ECZ syllabus. Then also offer IGC, SE, Cambridge. We also do A-level tuitions. What are the subjects or courses that we offer? We have mathematics, additional mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. So if you intend to join or you want to register, you can call the number 0976 4025 and 63. So at this point, let me also encourage those who are writing next year general certificate, that is GCE, who are writing next year to start tuitions early. And all those who are writing also in November, that is school certificate, also is a time to join us. Okay, so let us look at what is arranged for today. So now, we are going to look at the first question that we are going to answer, like I said, is from 2018 to 2023. So we are going to start with a question from 2018 GCE. Now, look at the question the way it is. So please, just solving one question, you understand, such that as we go on to solve, it will just be walkover. So let me take some time to explain some concepts just here on the first question. The first question reads, given that A is equals to what? This matrix that you are able to see. So matrix A is equal to this one. That is 2x, 3, 2, and x. The first question in this one is that find the positive value for the determinant of A is equals to what? 12. Find the positive value for x for the determinant of A is what? 12. So here you are finding the positive value of x in this one, for which the determinant of this matrix that you are given, it is equal to what? Is equal to 12. So now, let me explain something about determinants. So now, how do you find a determinant? Let us start with that. So, determinant. How do you find the determinant? So I want you to understand the concept of a determinant first before we go to answer the question. So determinant, by the way, can be denoted as DTA, I mean a determinant of A, or DT for determinant. Since we are looking at determinant of A, we can just say DTA, okay? Or you can put it in brackets like this, determinant of what? Determinant of this one. So whichever you use, you can use this one or this one. All right. Now, let me give a general matrix. If you have a matrix, let me say matrix, I'll use matrix, let me use A, matrix A, with entries A, B, C, D, okay, like this. Finding the determinant of this matrix, by the way, this part here, it is called the major diagonal, okay, so this is called major diagonal. Then we have this part here, that is the part for CD. This one is called minor diagonal, okay, minor diagonal. For the meantime, we can call them like that, okay. Now, if you want to find the determinant of this matrix, you are going to multiply the major diagonal, then subtract the minor diagonal. And therefore, what I'm trying to say is that the determinant of A, if this is a matrix given, finding its determinant, that determinant of A is equals to what? A multiplied by what? Multiplied by D minus B multiplied by what? Multiplied by C. Okay? This is the formula for the determinant. So this is the formula for the determinant of a matrix. Okay, this matrix that we have. Okay, so now since you know this, that it is the major diagonal major diagonal minus the minor diagonal. That is how you find the determinant. Now, in this question that we are given already the determinant. Now we want to find the value of x. So, which means you are going to do the same multiplication. Major diagonal, you multiply, then subtract the minor diagonal. But the determinant is already given, so equal to 12. Whatever you multiply here equal to 12, because the determinant is given. So here you are going to put where there is a determinant, you put this number since the determinant is given. Then you multiply this major diagonal and minor diagonal. So that is how you look at it. So this matrix that you are given, you look at it, this one as A, this one as B, this one as C, this one as D. And there you apply the formula for determinant, and where there's a determinant is already given, you put a 12, and therefore you can find the value of x. I hope you've gotten that point. Okay, so let us try out, or let us try to find the value for x. Now, here they are telling us, find the positive value, meaning they might be a negative value. So let me just write it here. Determinant of A equal to what? The major diagonal, which is A, D, just the same as A multiplied D, minus B, C. That is B multiplied by C. This is the formula that we are going to go with. Okay, so in this formula, what you have here, where determinant, you have 12. So we are going to say, we can start with this. So let us find the value. So we are answering question E. That is question A. So question A, we are going to have 2x, 3, then here 2, then here what? X. Okay? Then equal to what? Equal to the determinant for this one. Or let me not put this one. So this is the matrix that you have. Now in finding the determinant, we are going to use determinant A equal to what? AD minus BC. Now, which one is our A? We said this one, we look at it as A, this one as a D. So we are going to multiply, which means the determinant. We have the determinant, by the way, 12 equal to 2 multiplied by x. So 2x multiplied by what? Multiplied by, or let me just put brackets to show multiplication. Multiplied by what? X. Then minus, here you are multiplying what? 2 multiplied by what? 3. So what are you going to have? Here it will be 2x square minus this one, it will be 6. Equal to what? Equal to 12. Now the additive inverse of this one is the 6. Also the other side you add the 6. Or you can say when 6 cross the equal sign, it becomes positive. So this one I can choose to write it starting with this part on the left, and of course equal to this one. That is what most of us are used to. So 2x square minus 6 equal to 12. I've just started with this part and of course ended with this part, which is the same. So here at this point, we are going to take the 6 the other side. You remain with x square equal to 12 minus, it will be positive 6 by the way, positive 6. So 2x square is equals to 18. Then divide 2. What are we going to have? We're going to have x square equal to what? 18 divided 2 is 9. Now at this point, what we have? We need to find the value of x. So we square root. Therefore x is equals to, you know that anything under the square root, it has positive or negative or 2 possible values. So x here has 2 possible values, plus or minus. What is the square root of 9 is the 3. So which means the values of x, you have what? 3, and you have what? Negative 3. Now here they've told you the positive value. So which means the value for x is equals to what? The value for x is equals to 3. So that is the value for x for the first one. So please, the whole of this procedure is just for me explaining. But if you are to do it, I think it should be shorter than this. Okay? But what you do if you are given such a question, then you are given the determinant. You just have to remember this formula for the determinant. Since the determinant is given, replace where the determinant is. And you need to make sure that you multiply the major diagonal, subtract the minor, then find the missing variable. And in this case, let me just emphasize, these are the common questions that you are going to find. So you knowing how to do here, or what to do here, you've already answered all the questions that you are going to come across, because like I said, it will just be a repetition of the questions. Okay, so having found the value for x, we found it to be 3. Take note, the value for x, we found it to be 3. Now, there is another thing that you need to know. Look at the second question. Hence or otherwise find a negative. Now, what is this a negative? In some cases, you'll be told that find the inverse. So please, when you see a letter with a negative on top, it is what? It is the inverse. So in this case, they are telling us find the inverse of matrix A. Now, how do you find the inverse of matrix A? The first thing that you are going to do, you are going to write the full matrix. Look at this. The way it is, there's a variable x here. So this one we cannot say is a full matrix or it's the original matrix here. To find the original matrix, you are going to replace, since x we found it to be what? X we found it to be 3. Okay? So we are going to replace where there's x, we put a what? A 3. Then we can find the original matrix. So in this case, it will be 2 multiplied by what? 3. Then this side it will be a 2. Then here it will be a 3. Then of course x. Here, where there's x, there's a 3. So now, how is it going to be? Okay, so the original matrix of A, therefore, it is what? 6, 3, 2, and 3. Okay, so I said in order for you to find the inverse, you need first the original matrix. So the original matrix, you find it by replacing the variable that you're finding. In this case was x. So 2 multiplied by x, there it has given us 6. And of course here it maintains the 3. Here is a 2. But where this x, we replace a 3. So this is the original matrix. Now what are we going to do to the original matrix? So there's another thing that you need to know. For you to find the inverse of A, the inverse of A is equals to 1 over the determinant of A, then multiply by the adjoint. Okay? The adjoint of what? Of A. So now, there's another concept that you need to understand here, or another things that you need to understand. And that is the what? The adjoint. Okay, now what is the adjoint? What is the adjoint? And again, I'll give an example. If you have a matrix, which is A, B, C, and D. Finding the adjoint of this matrix, you are just going to do what? Pay attention here. The major diagonal swap. The major diagonal swap. It doesn't matter the sign, they just what? They swap. That is something that you should understand. The major diagonal swap. So you're going to have a B here and of course the A there. Then what happened to the minor diagonal? They change sign. If it was positive, it is the negative. If it was negative, it becomes positive. So here, C will become negative C. And here, this is D, please. So they swap to be D. Then this one will be negative B. Now listen. The major diagonal swap, but the sign do not change. The minor diagonal, they do not swap, but the signs change. Take note of that. Okay, so that is how we find the adjoint. So for us to find the adjoint of A, since we need this one to find the inverse, so for us to find the adjoint of A, we are going to say, since we are saying the major diagonal swap, so we are going to have a 3, then a 6 right there. Then these, they change sign. So we are going to have negative 3, and of course negative what? 2. This is the adjoint. Then we are going to multiply with 1 over the determinant. So inverse of A is equals to 1 over, what is the determinant that we are given? 12. So please take note. Don't get the value of x that you found. That is not the determinant. The determinant is given in the question. So 1 over 12 multiply, what is the adjoint? What is the adjoint? 3, negative 2, then negative 3, then 6. This is how you do it. So you can multiply 12 multiplied by 3. It is going to be 3 over 12. Then this part, what is it? Down here is going to be negative 3 over what? Over 12. Then this side is going to be negative 2 over 12. Then here is going to be 6 over 12. Then you can reduce this. Okay, so with a few basics that I've explained in the previous solving, that is 2018 GCE, where I said for you to find the value where you are given the determinant, you need to more like calculate the determinant, then you equate it to the value of the determinant you are given. Now, in this question, it comes all in different form. So look at this question. Given that A, matrix A is this one, matrix B is this one. Now, matrix A is the original one. As you can see, there are numbers, but this one there's a Y here that we need to find. So the first question is that find the value of Y for which the determinant of A is equals to B. Now, this one, we are not given the determinant, but what we've been told is that the determinant of A is equals to the determinant of B. So if we are to find the determinant of A, because here we can't find this determinant because there's a variable here which is Y. But for this one, we can find the determinant. So for us to find the answer or the value for Y, we need the determinant. Now, how are we going to find it? We are going to find it, we're going to find the determinant by using A. So, determinant of A is equals to what? Determinant of B. So, as finding the determinant of A, we found the determinant of B. So, determinant of A is equals to major diagonal minus minor diagonal. What is the major diagonal? So, determinant of A is equals to what? 4 multiplied by 2, then minus 2, no, not 2, but 1, minor diagonal is this one, 1 multiply negative what? Negative 5. So determinant of A, it is going to give us 8 minus, this one is negative 5, multiply that, it will be positive 5. So if you are to add this, it is going to give us the determinant of A. It is equals to what? 13. So, which means also the determinant of B equal to 13. Since we are told that the determinant of A is equals to that of B. That is what it means. So now, we can go on and answer the question now. Find the value of Y for which the determinant of A is equals to the determinant of B. Okay, so the determinant that we are looking for, or that we are supposed to use to find Y is equals to what? 13. Then now let us apply to the question now. So 8, 3, Y, 5. Okay. Then now, let us find this determinant. So, you know the determinant is that of, this time around we are finding B equal to AD minus what? BC. You can look at it that way. So now, we are going to multiply this one as a major diagonal, which is 8 multiplied by what? 5. Then minus 3 multiplied by what? Y. Equal to the determinant. What is the determinant? 13. So here is 40 minus, this is 3y equal to 13. Then now if you cross, this one comes the other side. Or we can use the concept of additive inverse, where we say the additive inverse of 40 is negative what? 40. So we add negative 40. Even this side, we add negative 40, which means we are going to subtract 40. But if you're comfortable with crossing the equal sign and crossing the equal sign and change the sign, then well and good. So this one is going to be negative 3y equal to what? 13 minus 40. Now, 40 minus 13. But remember that the big number has the negative sign. So the resulting answer should be negative. What is the answer here? We're going to have 7. Then this one remains a 27. A 2. Okay? So the answer here, it is negative 3y equal to 27. So please, I urge you, negative 27 by the way, I urge you as you go through the video or the recording, you make sure that you have a calculator with you so that you confirm the answers. Okay? Just humans, you might make errors. Okay, so negative 3, divide negative 3. So y, therefore, it is going to give us, what is 27 divide, that is negative, and negative, you know, is to be positive. 27 divide 3 is going to give us 9. So y value, it is what? 9. Okay, so that is how we simply find the value of y. Now that we are done with the value of y, let us go on now and answer the final question, that is finding inverse. Now, you are going to see this pattern. Every time the first question, normally, in the first question, you're going to find the value for the variable given. Might be b, a, x, and all other variables can be given. And of course, the idea is that you need the determinant in all cases. So find a way of finding the determinant if it's not given. And of course, the statement will always be clear in which how you can find it, or you can find the solution. So now, the last question, that is C. Mostly, hence or otherwise find the inverse. So let us see how we can find the inverse. Now, previously I said for you to find the inverse, what do you need? For you to find the inverse, the formula is Z. So what are we finding the inverse? Inverse of B. So inverse of B is just B like this, equal to what? 1 over determinant of B equal to what? I mean multiply the adjoint. Multiply the what? The adjoint. Okay? The adjoint of what? Of B. Now, what did I say? How do you find the adjoint? So for you to find the adjoint, you need the whole matrix, the full matrix, or the original matrix. So you're going to write the matrix for B, the original one. You know, 8 maintains there, 3 maintains there, 5 maintains there, but the value of Y we found it to be 9. So Y we found it to be what? Y is equals to 9. So this is the original matrix. By the way, you only find the determinant, I mean the adjoint from the original matrix. So the original matrix is this one. So now what are we going to do? To find add G or add J of B, we are going to swap. Okay, so this, we said this major diagonal do swap. So we're going to have 5 and of course 8 there. But the minor diagonal exchange, I mean the minor diagonal changes sign, but the position maintains. So negative 3, negative 9. If this one was negative 9, it was going to be positive for you to know. So that is the adjoint of what? B. Then we can go on and now find the inverse. So we are answering question what? C. So inverse of B or B inverse is equal to what? Is equal to, what is the determinant? 1 over the determinant we found to be 13 multiplied by now the adjoint, which is the 5, 8, negative 3, and of course negative what? Negative 9. Okay, so this is the what? The answer. If you can go on, you can, if you want, you can go on and expand it where you multiply 1 over 13 by all entries that we have here. 1 over 13 multiplied by 5, which is going to be 5 multiply 1 over 13, which is the 5 over 13. So the first position here will be 5 over 13. Then the part here it will be negative 3 over 13. Then this part will be negative 9 over 13. Then this part will be 8 over 13. So this one we can consider it as B inverse. So okay, I guess now things are starting to make sense in the case of those who are coming across this topic for the first time. But it's the simplest topic that you can ever find in mathematics. So let us look at the 2019. So given that A is equals to this one, find the value of X for which the determinant of A is equals to 36. So please, this time around, let us go through it a quick. Okay, so we have 6, X, 2, 3. Now we are expert here. So let us multiply 6 multiplied by what? 3. That is question A, please. 6 multiplied by 3 minus 2 multiplied by what? 2 multiplied by X. So what are we going to have? This one equal to 36. So this one is going to be 18 minus, this one is going to be 2x, then equal to what? 36. So now, when this one comes the other side, it will be negative. So it will be 2x equal to what? 36 minus 18. 36 minus 18 is the 18. Negative 2x equal to what? 18. Okay? Then now if you divide the 2, negative 2, divide negative 2. X therefore is what? Negative 9. So the value of X is the negative 9. Now, let us go on to look at question B, which is finding the inverse. Like I said, look at the questions. Same throughout. Okay, now finding the inverse, we are going to say the inverse of A is equals to 1 over determinant of A, then multiply the what? The adjoint. Multiply the adjoint. Okay, let me write it nicely. Multiply the adjoint. Okay, so what is the adjoint? We can go through first. So the adjoint we are going to put here to make the original. I said the adjoint you get it from the original matrix. So what is the original? 6, 2, here is negative 9, here is what? A 3. So what is the adjoint? The adjoint of this one, adj of A, it is going to be equal to, this one swap is going to be 3, this one 6, then this one changes sign, negative 2, then positive 9. This is the adjoint. Now let us go on and multiply the 1 over inverse. So I mean 1 over determinant. So the inverse is 1 over, what is the determinant? What is the determinant? 36. Multiply by what was the adjoint? It was 3, then 6, then 9, then negative 2. So this one. But you can go on and expand all this. So that is how we basically answer these questions. Okay? Okay, so this one came in 2020 GCE. So given that the matrix A is equals to this one that you are seeing, find the value of P for which the determinant is negative 2. So the matrix A is given as 7, 4, P, then 9, then 5, P. Find the value of P. So what are we going to do? We are going to multiply this and of course minus that. So we are going to have 7 multiplied by what? 5P, then minus, this one is 9 multiplied by what? 9 multiplied by what? 4P. Okay? Equal to, what is the determinant? Negative 2. 7 multiplied by 5P. This one is going to give us 35P. Kindly confirm. Minus this 9 multiplied by 4. 9 multiplied 4. It is giving me 36. So this one is going to be 36P. Okay? Equal to what? This is 36, please. 36P equal to what? Equal to negative 2. So now, these are like terms. 35P minus 36P. This is a large number, so subtract this one. So it's going to be negative what? Negative P. Equal to what? Negative 2. So want P not negative P, so you divide negative both sides, or negative 1. So P is therefore 2. So now, we can write the original matrix of A in advance, since we have P now. So it's going to be 7. Now here, look at this. It is 4 multiply P. What is P? 2. So 4 multiply 2. It is going to be what? 8. Then here is going to be 9. But here is going to be 2 multiplied by what? P. I mean 5 multiply P. What is P? 2. So 5 multiplied by 2. That is a 10. So this is the original matrix. This original matrix will need it when finding the what? The inverse. So hence we can proceed to question B. That is find the inverse of A. So finding the inverse of A, I said you need A inverse, or what you need is 1 over determinant of A, then multiply by the adjoint. Okay? So from this matrix that you found, the adjoint of A, by the way, this matrix that you found, now we are expert. Adjoint, you know that these you exchange, then this changes sign. So the adjoint of A, it is equal to what? 10. Then this side 7, but of course here is negative what? 9. Here is what? Negative 8. So like that. Okay, so this is the adjoint. Okay, so to the adjoint you multiply the inverse. So to find the inverse of B, that is question B. To find the inverse of A, I mean A inverse is equals to what? 1 over negative 2. The determinant is negative 2. I repeat at this point, don't use the value of P that you found. That is not your inverse. So the inverse is the one that, that is not your determinant. The determinant is here. So 1 over 2, multiply what is the adjoint? 10, then negative 8, then what? Negative 9, then what? 10. So this one you can go on and multiply. If you multiply 10 multiplied by 1 over 2 is just the same as 10 over negative 2, which is negative 5, which is negative 5 here. Then here it will be 9 divide negative 2 divide 9, which is 4, 1 over 2. Then at this point will just be a 5. Then at this point will just be a negative 4. So this is the inverse of A, which is equal to what? Negative 5, 4, 1 over 2, then negative 4, then a 5, like this. So that is the inverse. Okay? I guess now you are getting it. So that is how simple the questions are. Okay, so let us move to the next question. Let us move to the next question. So this one came in 2020. So please, you are going to see that the questions are just one and the same. So matrices in an exam, just know that you have full marks. So given that matrix A is equals to this one, find the value of X for which A has no inverse. Now here there's a new dimension. Now there's a new thing that you need to learn. When a matrix does not have the inverse, its determinant. So a matrix without inverse, determinant is equals to what? 0. So this is very important. When a matrix does not have the inverse, they've said no inverse, just know that its determinant is what? 0. So which means here, it's just the same as saying the determinant is 0. So which means after multiplying this, we are going to equate it to what? 0. So let us answer the question. So A, we have, since the matrix A is equals to what? 5, 2, and of course 2, x, negative x, here, negative x. Okay, so how are we going to do it? We are going to say 5 multiplied by what? Negative x. Okay, I guess my multiply, or let me just put in brackets so that to differentiate them. So 5 multiplied by negative x minus 2 multiplied by what? 2 equal to what? 0. Then this one is going to give us negative 5x minus, this one is 4, but there's a minus, so it will be minus or negative 4 equal to what? 0. So now we are going to bring this one the other side, so it will be negative 5x equal to 4. So this one comes this side. So now, want to find x, so we divide negative 5, divide negative 5. So x is equals to 4 over, negative 4 over what? 5. Something like this. So this is the answer, or this is the value for x. So where there's x, we are going to replace this one. Okay? So where there's x, we are going to replace which one? This one. Okay? So now, replacing where there's x with this one, this is negative, so it's going to be positive. So the original matrix for A, it is equals to what? The original matrix is 5, 2, 2, and positive 4 over 5. That is the original matrix. Then hence find the inverse of A. Now for us to find the inverse of A, now they are telling us for which x is equals to 1. So where there's x, which means we are going to put a 1 this time around. Find the inverse. Now look at this. Find the inverse of matrix A for which if x is equals to 1. So in the first one, we are told it has no inverse. So there's no way we are going to find the inverse because the determinant is 0. But this time around, they've told us that x, if x is equals to 1, we are going to rewrite the matrix A. Okay, so it's going to be 5, 2, 2, and 1. So this is the matrix. We want to find the inverse. Now, if you are given a matrix like this, or we've written the original, without the determinant, we want to find the inverse, you need to find the determinant first. So let us find the determinant of what? A. Finding the determinant of A, we said AD minus BC. That is the determinant. Now, what is our AD? AD are these. So 5 multiplied by what? 1, which is it. So we're going to say 5 multiply 1 minus 2 multiplied by what? 2. You see that? So now what is going to happen? This one is going to be 5 minus, this is what? 4. So what is the determinant? The determinant is 1. So the determinant of the matrix here, it is what? It is 1. If this is 1 right here, if x is 1, so the determinant is 1. Let's find the inverse. Inverse of A equal to 1 over determinant, then multiplied by the what? The adjoint. What is the adjoint for this matrix? What is the adjoint? This swapper, then these change signs. So the adjoint here, you know that it's negative, negative, then 1, 3, 1, 5. So the inverse of A equal to 1 over 1 multiplied by 1, then 5, then negative 2, then negative what? Negative 2 here. So this is just the same as 1. So the inverse, therefore, inverse of A is equals to what? 1, negative 2, negative 2, then 5. That is, or this is the inverse. So that is how you work it out. Okay, let us look at this question again, or let us look at another question. This one came in 2021, that is GCE. Given that the determinant of a matrix is equals to, given that the determinant of the matrix A, which is this one, is equals to negative 10. Find the value of X. Okay, so what are we going to do? This one we've just been going through the same thing. Okay, so we have A as 2x minus 1, then here you have a 4, then here you have a what? A negative 2. Now, please, it's very important to understand that the matrices separated normally by the space here. So, which means the whole of this one is at position A. Then this one is at position B. This one is at C. This one is at D. So, don't look at this one more like this one is at position A. This one has been no. So long as there's this operation, just know that that is the position. So now, for us to find the X, we are going to do as usual, 2x minus 1 multiply a negative 2, then minus a 4 multiply by what? Multiply by 1. Okay? So here, this 2 is going to multiply this, and this 2 is going to multiply that. So 2 multiplied by 2, negative 2 multiplied by 2x is going to give us 4x, that is negative 4x, then negative and negative multiply, then plus a 2, minus this multiply, that is 4 multiply 1, is just going to give us a 4. Want to find the value of the determinant. Okay, so finding the value for the determinant here, that is the determinant, since we are, finding the value of x, we are going to equate this one, the determinant is given negative 10, so I'm going to say negative 10. So here, negative 4, this one and this one can add. So what is going to be? Here is going to be negative 4 minus 2, okay, equals to negative 10. So you're going to have negative 4, negative 4x equal to, this one comes this side to be positive, negative 10 plus a 2. So it's going to be negative 4x equal to what? Negative 8. You know where negative is coming from. Then negative 4, then negative 4. So therefore x is equals to 4 divide 8 or 8 divide 4. It is equals to what? 2. The value of x in this one is equals to 2. Let us write the original matrix for A. So original matrix for A is going to be where there's x, we are going to put a 2. So here is going to be 2, or let me just put it here, 2 multiplied by 2, then minus 1. That is the first position. Then this one maintains 1. This one maintains 4. This one maintains negative 2. Then it's going to be negative, the original matrix is going to be 2 multiplied 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3. So this one is 3, 4. This one is 1, it's negative 2. So this is the original matrix. Why do we need the original matrix? We are going to need it, or we are going to use it for the inverse. Now let us find the inverse for A. So the inverse for A, it is equals to what? So inverse of A is equals to what? 1 over determinant of A multiplied by the what? The adjoint of A. Okay? So what is the adjoint for A for the original matrix? A adjoint is equals to what? This swap, you're going to have what? Negative 2, then 3 there, then negative 4, then negative 1 there. So it's the adjoint. So you're going to multiply. Inverse of A is equals to what? 1. What is the determinant? The determinant is given negative 10. Multiplied by what? The adjoint, which is negative 2, negative 4, then negative 1, then a 3. So this is the inverse. Okay, you can go on and open the brackets. 10 multiplied by this one, it will be 1 over 5. That is this first position. This first position, you know what we are doing. Then for this one it will be 2 over 5. Then for this one will be 1 over 10. Then for this one will be 3 over 10 negative. So this is going to be the inverse. So like I said, can you confirm, or as I am calculating, as I'm answering the question, can you also be part, so that you spot, in the case I skip something, you should be able to tell. Okay, so let us answer this question, and this one came in 2021 school certificate. Given that n is equals to this one, find the value of x for which the determinant is n. So without wasting time, a or n is equals to what? 1, 2, 2 negative what? X. We are answering question A. So what did we say? Multiply this. So it's going to be 1 multiplied by what? Negative x. Then minus 2 multiplied by what? 2. Equal to the determinant. What is the determinant? 8. So this is negative x minus this is 4 equal to what? 8. Okay, negative x equal to, this one comes the other side, is going to be positive. So 8 plus 4. Okay, so what are we going to have? Negative x equal to what? 12. Then divide negative, and therefore our x is equals to negative what? Negative 12. That is the value of x. Then now, hence or otherwise, write the inverse or find the inverse. So now I said before you find the inverse, you need to find the original matrix of what? N, of which you are going to replace the value of x. So original matrix of n is going to be 1, 2, 2. Then where there's x, we put a negative 12, but there's a negative here. It's going to be positive 12. Okay, so this is the original matrix. Now finding the inverse, we said inverse of n. So this time around you are going to write n with a negative on top. So it's going to be n negative, okay, equal to what? How do you find the inverse? 1 over determinant of n, then multiply the what? The adjoint of what? Of n. So I keep on repeating this part so that at least it gets used, the procedure that we follow. So now, let us find the inverse of n. So n inverse equal to what? What is the determinant? The determinant is 8, so 1 over 8. Then multiply, what is the adjoint? So the adjoint of this, we said we just swap. Here swaps, so it's going to be 12, then 1, then now this changes sign, negative 2, negative 2. So that is the adjoint, which is 12, negative 2, negative 2, and 1. So this is the inverse. You can go on and open the brackets and of course keep multiplying. That is 8 multiplied 12. That is 1 over 8 multiplied 12. 8 multiplied by this, 8 multiply that, 8 multiply that, of which is going to be 8 multiplied 12, 1 over 8 multiplied 12 is as good as saying 12 over 8. What is 12 over 8? It is going to go there how many times? 1. Remainder 4. Over what? Over 8, which is just the same as 1 over 2. Okay? Then now, what about this part down here? It is same as negative 2 over 8, which is just the same as 1 over 4, which is negative. Okay, then this position will be 1 over 8. Then the other position will be also a negative 1 over 4. So the whole this is the inverse of the matrix. That is matrix N. Okay, so let us proceed to look at 2022. So this one is the one that came in 2022. Given that N is equals to this one, find the value of x for which the determinant is 8, and of course otherwise find N inverse. Okay. So kind of similar. I have to verify this question, but anyway, we can just answer it. It's more like the same as the one that we've been calculating. But let us see. Given that N is equals to this one, find the value of x for which the determinant is 8. So the difference is on this part, please. Which part? Okay, so they are different. The entities or the entries are different. Okay, so N is equals to what? X, 2, then 2x, then 6. Now, let us find the value of x. So, we are going to have x multiplied by what? 6 minus 2x multiplied by what? A 2. Equal to what? What is the determinant? 8. So this is the 6x. This is 6x minus 2 multiplied by that one is going to give us what? 4x. Equal to what? 8. Like this. Okay? I guess we've multiplied the right way. So 8x, that is 6x, 4x. Okay? So now if you are to subtract here, it's going to give us 2x equal to what? 8. Divide 2. Divide 2. X is equal to what? Equal to 4. Immediately you find x, write the original matrix. So the original matrix for n is equal to what? We replace where there's x, so x is equal to 4. But right here, we are going to say 4 multiplied 2. Then here is a 2, here is a 6. So we're going to have the original as 4, then 8, okay? Then here it to be 2, then here it to be 6. So this is the original matrix of what? N. And to this, we can even find the adjoint, because the last part we are going to find the inverse. So in answering question B, finding the inverse of n, we are going to say 1 over determinant of n, then multiply by the what? Adjoint of n. Okay? So now, what is the determinant? So n inverse is equals to what? This one, please, is the negative. is like this, not a 1 like the way I had written it like this. No, it's just a 1 on top there. Okay, so take note of that. Okay, so 1 over determinant. What is determinant? 1 over 8. Then multiply what is the adjoint? We just swap these. So this swap is going to be 6, then 4 there. Then this changes sign, negative 8. Then that one becomes negative what? Negative 2. Then you can open the brackets, you can go on and find. So that is the inverse of the what? The matrix. Okay, so up to, that is 2022. Let us look at the 2022 that came as school certificate. So the question reads, given that the determinant of the matrix Q is equals to 15. The matrix Q is this one that you're able to see, please. And it's equals to 15. That is the determinant. Find the inverse, or find the value, that is the first question, find the value of B. So look at the questions from what we've solved so far. It's just a repetition. Okay, so find the value of B. How do you find the value of B? So you're answering question. You're answering question A, please. So question A, the matrix is, that is Q is 2B minus A, 4 and negative 3B and negative 5. So please, it's very important to know that the whole of this one, 2B minus 1, is at one position. And that is the position of A if you have to look at the standard. Okay, so let me just write it nicely like this. So now, finding the find the value of B, the determinant is given. We've done this quite a number. So we're going to multiply this major diagonal. So we're going to say 2B minus 1. Then you multiply negative 5. Okay, minus negative 3B multiplied by 4. Now, this equal to what? 15. Now, here is you are going to have this 5 multiply 1, this 5 multiply, in short, 5 multiplies everything that is in the bracket. So we are going to start with 5 multiply, since we are starting with this side. So negative 5 multiplied by 2 is going to give us negative 10 B. Then negative 5 multiply negative 1 is going to give us positive 5. Minus this in the brackets, that is 3B multiplied by 4, it's going to give us negative 12. And of course, here there's a negative, so negative and negative becomes positive. So this one is just as good as positive 12B. You know that 3 multiplied by 4, it is what? 12. This all equal to what? 15. Let us look at what can add and what can subtract. This and this are like terms, and therefore they can add. So negative, let me just bring them. Negative 10 B plus 12B plus 5 equal to what? 15. So here the answer is the 2B, because negative 10B plus 12, please, this one is the 12B. Okay, then plus 5 equal to what? 15. So this is 2B equal to what? There's a plus 5 equal to 15. Let me bring it this side. So this one is going to be 2B equal to 15 minus 5. and therefore it's going to give us equal to 10. Then now if you divide 2, and therefore our B, it is going to be 5. Is it 5? Yes, it's going to give us 5. Let us go through and check before we finalize, or we say this is the final answer. So here, 5 multiplied by this one, negative 10. Here, it will give us 5, plus this one gives us 12, and it's going to be 12b equal to 15. At this point, we add, here we remain with a 2b, then this 5 goes the other side, becomes a 10, and of course we have a b as 5. So now we can write the original matrix, which is 2, 5. Where there's b, we put a 5, please. We put a 5. So 5 minus 1, then we have a 4, then here 3, 5, then here we have negative 5, like this. So the original matrix is going to be, so Q original is going to be, here 5 multiplied by 2 minus 1, so it will be 9. Then this one is going to be 3 multiplied by 5, that is negative 3 multiplied 5, negative what? 15. Then this other part to maintain, since there's no variable x. So this one is going to maintain, is it a 5? Yes, a 5, negative 5. This is the original matrix. Or this is how, so the way you find B, it ends here, but I said you write the original matrix for in preparation to answer the next question that is asking you about the what? The inverse. Okay, so let us handle the question for inverse now. We are handling question what? Question B. So for the inverse, what do we need? So inverse of Q, okay, I said this negative stand for or represent what? Inverse. Okay. Now, we said is 1 over adjoint, 1 over determinant of, that is determinant of Q, and of course multiply the adjoint of what? Of Q, like this. So now, we are going to have Q inverse is equals to what? 1 over, what is the determinant? 15. Multiply, what is the adjoint? So the adjoint from the original, these swap, then these changes sign. So swapping these, you're going to have negative 5, then here a 9, then of course here 4, but of course here you're going to have, no, this one becomes negative 4, please. They change signs, then this one becomes positive 15. So this one is your inverse. You can go on and open the brackets, that is this, multiply that, this multiply that, it's going to be Q inverse equal to what? This is going to be 5 divide 15, or 1 divide, it's going to be 1 over 3, negative 1 over 3. Then this position is going to be 1. This position is going to be negative 4 over what? 15. Then this one is going to be 9 over 15. I think this is better, or is okay. Okay, so that is how we find the inverse. That is question B. Okay, let us look at now, that is question, this one is GCE, please. I shouldn't have indicated, I shouldn't have written SC, which is school certificate. So this one is GCE. Okay, but if I've swapped these, anyway, we are going to solve. Okay, what is important at the end is the answer. But this one is coming from 2023 GCE, I suspect. So given that P is equals to this one, find the value of x for which the determinant is 10. Now look at this. All the questions that we've been finding, there's a missing value of what? Of the variable, be it x, b, or whatever variable. And the first question is to find it, given the determinant. So now how do you do it? So you're going to say P is equals to what? 7x. Here, negative 2. Then here, negative x. But of course here is 1. So this is the matrix. So what do you do? What do you do here? We are going to multiply 7 x, multiply by what? Multiply by 1, then minus negative x, multiply by what? Multiply by what? Here, multiply by negative 2. Okay? So here is going to give us 7x, then minus, this in brackets will give you a positive value, but there's a negative, we multiply to be a negative, so it will be negative what? Negative 2x. Equal to what? Equal to negative what? 10. Look at this. Here you can subtract. What is the answer? 5x equal to what? Negative 10. Divide 5. Divide 5. Just 5, please. So x is equals to negative 2. So that is the value of x. Now, after finding the value of x, find the original matrix. So P equal to what? 7 multiplied by 2. Is it negative 2? Negative 2. Then negative 2 already there. Then negative x multiply negative 2. Then here a 1 already. So the original matrix here, it is negative 14. Negative 14. Negative 14. Then negative 2. Then positive 2. Then of course here, let me just say a 2. And of course here a 1. So this is the original matrix. So the original matrix you find by replacing the value that you found. Then find the inverse. So you're answering question B now. Finding the inverse, we are going to go direct this time around. We are without even looking at the adjoint and all that. We are going to do it by swapping. That's where it is. So P inverse, don't forget to present it like this. 1 over, what is the determinant? Negative 10. Then multiply the adjoint. What is the adjoint? This swap. So you're going to have 1. Then negative what? 14. Then of course here they change sign. This is positive becomes negative, and that is the negative, it becomes what? Positive. You multiply this. You're going to have 1 over, that is negative 1 over 10 for this position. Then for this one, you're going to have, since it's negative, since it's 1 over 10 multiplied by negative 2, you're going to have 2 over, negative 2 over 10, which is just the same as 1 over 5. Then this position, you are still going to have also, this one to be negative, negative 1 over 5. Then this one is going to be positive 14 over 10, which is the positive 14 over 10 is 1. Okay, what is the remainder? Remainder, so this one is going to be 2 over 5, something like this. So please be able to confirm this. So that is the final as our inverse. That's how we simplify it. Let us see if you can answer this one, which is the final one, 2023. Given that the matrix K is equal to this one, find the value of X for which the determinant is 2. So K matrix, or K, or the matrix for K is given as, okay, 8, 9, X, 1, X. So what are we going to do? 8 multiplied by what? X minus 9 multiply 9x multiplied by what? 1 equal to what? 2. So here is going to give us 8x minus 9x equal to what? 2. Okay, so here is going to give us negative x equal to what? Equal to 2. Divide negative to remain with x, divide negative 1. So it's going to be x is equals to what? 2, negative 2. That is the value for x. Then we go to find the inverse of k. So I said immediately find the value of x, write the original matrix for k. So original matrix will be 8, 1, 9 multiplied by negative 2. Then here negative 2. So what is going to be? It's going to be k equal to what? 8, 1, negative 18. Then this one is what? Negative 2. Now, just to find the adjoint at this point, the adjoint is this one swap, negative 2, 8. Then this one becomes 18. This one becomes negative 1. Okay? Then let us answer now the second question for finding the inverse. What do we need for us to find the inverse? We need the adjoint. We need, so k inverse equal to what? 1 over 2. That is the determinant. Multiply the adjoint, which is negative 2, 18, negative 1, and also 8. So if you multiply, this is the inverse. I guess up to this point, you all have followed. So please, if you are interested in the online tuition, by the way, we offer online tuitions for those that are doing, let me say, from grade 10 to grade 12, and also GCE. And of course, the good news is that also we are enrolling for next year GCE. So if you want to start with us, you can contact me on the number 0976 40256 3. And of course, also we offer A-level tuitions. You can still get in touch on the same number. We also offer IGC SE Cambridge tuitions, so you can also get in touch on the same number. Otherwise, thank you very much. If you are watching me from YouTube, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoyed the video. If you are watching me from Facebook, kindly like my page. If you are watching me from TikTok, give me a follow. If you're watching me from Instagram, also as well follow me. So on all those platforms, you're going to find me with the same name. Otherwise, thank you very much, and look out for some more questions in terms of revision. Okay, so see you next time.